What's going on, people of the world? It is Patrick here, and this is the ultimate guide to Extinction for Call of Duty Ghosts. So how this is going to go is this video is basically meant for people who are just looking to get on the right track to beating Extinction and just learning everything about the map. I'm going to do a walkthrough of the entire map showing you where everything is, all the guns, traps, and everything. Then we're going to talk about a little strategy, sort of, just tips and tricks, talk about the best loadouts, things like that. So guys, I'm going to go over everything in this map. Let's get into it. Alright, so this map can be broken down into three main areas: the Outskirts, the Town, and the Crater. The Outskirts is the starting area, and it is of course the easiest, and they get increasingly difficult. So this is kind of like the Extinction equivalent to the zombie starting room. There's not a whole lot going on here. You're just pretty much here to get out of it. The only way to get out is through this hive right here. You have to plant the drill down that the guy in the helicopter will give you and just place it in front of it, fend off the aliens, and you should be good. Now there's a couple areas where you can search for items here in these back corners here, and actually in every corner of this starting area there's a spot where you can search for items. You can get items really like all around the map. I'm not going to show every single one because there's so many. You have a hive right there, and also to the other side of it there's a gun, the AK-12. Really good gun, probably the best. It's an assault rifle, so it has like pretty good range and also pretty good damage, and that's kind of what you want in this game mode. There's just because there'll be a lot of like long lines of sight that you have to get aliens, and you don't want like a submachine gun or a shotgun. That is another hive. They're all over this area. I think there's 6 in total, and you're gonna have to take out 4 plus this boss hive, or like a giant hive. From here, we're going to go around this corner and into the central area of the map. Now, you can go up those stairs there, but there's really not a lot. There's a couple areas you can search for items. I think there's 2. Or you can go straight out here, and this is like the main area of the Outskirts. So you go into this side right here in the left, right here, and you have another hive, and also there is a electric fence that you can turn on. So this is kind of like a trap for zombies. The electric fences are great, really effective. I recommend using them. They're cheap too, so awesome things. That's a shotgun that you just saw right there. I wouldn't recommend getting it just because like you have such limited range with it, and it's just not worth it at all. Another hive right there. And this gun that you're gonna see right here on these steps is the Vector. It's a decent gun if you like submachine guns, get it. But again, you do want range, and it doesn't have the range that the AK-12 has. The VKS is a sniper, straight up. Don't buy it. You don't need snipers in horde mode games. They're just bad. The SC-2010 is a semi-automatic rifle. It's kind of like the FAL from previous games, or the M14, that sort of style, like decent power, but not amazing power. There's also a turret up there, which again, don't waste your money on that. It's really ineffective, and you'll be left open and vulnerable. The MR28 is more of it's a really powerful semi-automatic rifle. If you have really good aim, it's really effective. Like, it kills the zombies, or it kills the little aliens in 1 shot, and it'll kill the scorpions in 3. So if you're like a good shot, I'd go for it. But if not, you may not want to. And also back there, you did see another hive. Like I said, there's 6 hives, and then the boss hive, I think, and you have to take out 4 plus the boss hive. This here is the Panzerfaust. Now, that is like an RPG, and I don't know why they have RPGs. Like, it's just, you're gonna blow yourself up if you're gonna use that. So don't waste your money on that at all. Again, we have another turret here. That's kind of like, again, you're just really leaving yourself vulnerable. You're leaving your back exposed, especially in solo. So don't waste your 750 points on that. You have better things to spend your very valuable money on. That's pretty much what the Outskirts is. Now, this last area is kind of like the entrance to the town. So this right here is the remnants of a destroyed hive, but normally it would be blocking that. Basically, it takes a little bit longer to destroy, and a helicopter has to come in and blow it up, and some harder enemies will spawn in. While you're defending that, you can turn on the trap for 750 points. I recommend it. It's really good. That turret there, again, don't get it. And the last thing that we have over here is just that gun. But again, you're going to want the AK-12 over it. So that's pretty much, that is pretty much the Outskirts. I hope I didn't talk your head off too much. There's a lot to go over in these areas. Now let's move on to the town. Okay, so the town is actually smaller than the outskirts, but there's still a lot going on. You have 4 hives, you have to take out 3 of the 4, and then also a final boss hive to make it to the crater. Now, there are a ton of traps here, and I'm going to stress this a lot. The traps are really crucial to making it through in this area. You can use them, if you use them effectively, it'll really help you out. So the first gun that we have there is not worth getting. There's one gun in this area. It's a light machine gun that we'll look at a little bit later, and that is really what you want. Now, up the stairs here, we have a laptop in the corner, and you can use it to get an attack helicopter. So how it works is you have to put in 6,000 points total. So if you have teammates, you can work it out to get 6,000 points. It'll come in, fly over you, and tear everything up. It's amazing. It is expensive, but if you're like dying or you just need the help, it'll really help you out. There's a fire trap right here, one of many traps, and then up here is where this light machine gun is located. It's 3,000 points, but it is so helpful. You can get, I think, 500 rounds total once you get your ammo maxed out, and really just get it. You need it. There's a hive right there again. I think there's a turret back there, yeah, but you know what we say about turrets. Don't get them. And then there's another gun here. But like I said, we have this light machine gun. We really don't need anything else. So coming around the corner here, there's another hive there. And down this alleyway is another trap. Now, it's an electric trap. The whole area will get lit up with electricity, so the aliens can't get through. Really good. Coming around this corner, we have another gun, which is the Bulldog. It's a shotgun. It is the best shotgun in Extinction, but again, it's a shotgun, and shotguns aren't extremely effective, so you're probably not going to want to get it. The last hive that we have is in this corner here, and it's really actually quite hard to defend it because it's so so enclosed. We have a turret there, and to the left, I actually don't point it out, but there's a fire trap, and then again, there's another trap. This is an electric fence. You got to use them all. They're really important. This is where the boss hive is. That's how you get to the outskirts. The helicopter will come in and attack it. And again, we have another electric fence. You got to use these all kind of in unison around this area for defending yourself. It's extremely important. It's going to be your key to making it through here, especially in solo. So that's pretty much it for the town. Like I said, a small area, but a lot going on, and it is quite difficult. Now let's move on to the crater. All right, guys, so this is the hardest area of the map. The really big guys, the rhinos will spawn in here. They're pretty hard to take out. You got to be pretty good if you're going to beat this area. This is also where the nuke is that you blow up the whole place. So I just got to apologize for the gameplay. It will be a little skewed at points because there's no downtime where you can just roam the map. So there's a little bits where I'm just kind of fending off aliens. But I do think I do a pretty good job, so you should be able to follow it quite well. Now, after you destroy the boss hive, you'll come out into this area. There will be a rhino that walks by but does not approach you. Now, after you kind of walk up over here, this is where you'll start getting into the aliens. So there is a hive right around the corner here. I don't actually show it that well. You just see it for a quick sec. You can beat that, and then there's this sort of basement down here, which is kind of important. There's a Panzerfaust, and there's also, I think there might be a spot to search, but there is this another laptop here, which is again for the attack helicopter. Really important. I recommend getting it if you do have the money. I know it is expensive, but it's worth it. You have this fire trap here for 750. That's also going to be really helpful for taking out the very first one that's just literally right beside it. Yeah, and this is kind of here where I run into a little bit of trouble, so I have a little bit of problems. But there's kind of 2 houses that are connected by a board, but this house is not very important. The only thing here is I believe it's a sniper rifle. It's either a semi-auto rifle or a sniper rifle, but you don't want to get it. It's really just going to waste your time, and there's a really good gun in the barn that you can get. It's the chainsaw, but we'll get into that in just a quick sec. So going to this other side, it's a little bit better. We have a turret. We also have, I think there is a second spot where you can buy the Bulldog, which is the shotgun. I bought it, I didn't know what it was, but I wouldn't recommend going for it. This is kind of just a random area. And then that is a electric fence, which of course you're going to buy because they're so effective, and they're going to really just save your day. So coming around here, we have another hive, and this is kind of it for over here. Now the gameplay is going to transition here to another game, and this is exactly where we just were. And I'm going to go across over to the barn, which is sort of the second building in this area. Now the barn is quite important. There's a hive up top, and the chainsaw, the really good gun, is up top as well. The honey badger, cool name. It's a pretty good gun actually, but the chainsaw, which is this light machine gun, is a whole lot better. Now over here there's not much. There's just an electric fence, which I will show you a little bit later. I think I don't show you right now, but it is just right there, that fence. So you got to go up this ladder here. You can also go up it on the other side, and this is where there's a hive and also the best light machine gun, or really the best gun in the game, the chainsaw. It's just like a minigun sort of deal, and it is just really, really great. 3,000 points, and it will tear up the aliens. And then you'll just see down here, this is where that electric fence I was talking about is. Now the last two hives that we're going to look at are located down towards the crater. One is actually in the crater, and one is pretty much basically in it. So you want to run down here. Before we get to that, there's actually a gun here. I'm pretty sure it's a shotgun. I'm just going to check that out actually. Oh no, it is the MTS 255, but you're not going to want that because you do have this amazing chainsaw that you have right here. So don't worry with any other guns. This is the gun that you want. Now, in the actual crater itself, there's two ways you can go. There's a ladder to the right, or you can walk up this hill to the left. Ultimately get to the same spot. You have that one hive there. You can jump over here, and this is where there is an electric fence, a turret, and a gun. But like I said before, the only thing over here that you're going to need is that electric fence. Now guys can come, they can jump from across there, so watch out for them. But that is pretty much it for up here, this little hilly area. There's that one hive that you're going to have to take out that you see right there. And then it is on to the final hive, which is located directly in the crater. And we're going to just show you a little bit of gameplay of actually fighting and trying to take it out. Now, really big pro tip, don't turn the electric fence on when you're down here, because there's actually a bunch of water down here and it goes into the water. So if you're like running around in here, you'll get zapped and it'll actually be a detriment and not a help. So make sure that that's not actually turned on. That's what we did, and we ended up losing because we kept getting zapped by it. But guys, this is the final one. After you beat that hive, after you destroy it, it takes forever, and you have all the really hard bosses coming in, like the rhinos. There will be a little there'll be a thing on your screen that says like everyone must destroy that. You'll see it in a second, and from there you all have to go towards this sort of care package looking thing, press X, and the nuke will turn on, and then you have to escape. So you'll just see right here it says everyone must activate the nuke countdown at the same time. So you'll just see here, after you've destroyed the final hive, this area will appear right here. It's just like a thing with a laptop. You all have to go towards it and press X, and then the nuke will start. Now we'll just talk quickly about the nuke, and then so there you go. Turn that on, and it is time to escape to the evac point. So escaping is really just a matter of coming out where you came in from. The medic is going to have a pretty good time here because they have the speed boost. Also the feral booster is quite helpful here, but overall really just you're coming out from where you came. Now there's two areas where you killed the boss hives that are going to actually be blocked by giant meteorites, and what you have to do is really just wait a little bit, and it will kind of break apart and go through. So the first one you see here is in between the crater and the town, and then the other one is between the town and the outskirts. So you just got to wait around, make sure you don't get trapped or cornered. There will be rhinos coming at you, so you really gotta work to not get killed, and they'll eventually go away. Then from there, after the town, you can just run through the outskirts and you'll make it to the extraction point. It's fairly easy, but you really just have to be smart with it. Alright guys, so from here I'm going to move on to loadouts and talk about the best ones, what I think you should use, and really just go through every single option and just tell you my thoughts on it and stuff. So we have these six classes, and the first one is our class, and this is the most important one. So there's 4 options, but really there's only 2 that you should choose, and that's medic and weapon specialist. Weapon specialist is really, really good because you get more ammo, you get more damage on your ammo, and you can reload faster. 2 really, really important things in this game mode. The medic is also really good because you can revive people, you're faster, and your allies will heal quicker. Those are the 2 I recommend. Now, not medic in solo, but medic in a team game. Engineer really just isn't that great, and a lot of people think tank is good, but you have a lot of options for health in other areas so you don't need tank, and instead you can use either the weapon specialist or the medic. So don't go with tank. Now, as for weapons, the only two really good pistols that you're going to want is the P226, the starting pistol, and that's more of a long-range pistol, or the last one, the MP443 Grak pistol. And this is more like a close-range pistol. It's automatic, whereas those are the only two good ones. The other two, the Magnum and the Burst one, are just like, they're not good at anything really. They're okay at everything and not really good at anything, and it's just not worth your time. So I personally like the automatic one more, but the starting also has some benefits, just because it's better at long range. As for ammo, the only one I can really recommend is just the normal ammo. A lot of people think, oh yeah, it's more powerful bullets and all this stuff. The problem with it though is that you don't get as much ammo with it. Now, if you could get more ammo, it'd be great, but you have less ammo than with the normal, and I personally feel that bullets are more important. Having a lot of bullets is more important than having not as many good bullets. Now, the armor-piercing one is helpful against the rhinos, but that's really the only one I'd recommend. The other ones I honestly don't think they're worth your time, and you're better off just to have a lot. As for team support, the explosive one isn't great. The Feral Instincts is pretty good. The armor is great. The team booster is great. And the dice, or the random one, is okay. But my two big recommendations would be the shield and the booster. As for strike packages, the IMS is great. Mortar Strike is great. Trinity Rocket, no. Sentry Gun's great. And Vulture is great. I'd really just go for whatever one you have unlocked. IMS and Mortar are both the same. The Sentry Gun is a step above, and the Vulture is just insane. Now, as for the Equalizer, I say no to the first two simply because they're manned turrets. The Riot Shield is really, really good. It's just like in Zombies. It'll protect your back. An awesome, awesome thing to have more health, essentially. And the other two are okay, but I feel like the Riot Shield is probably your best bet just because it gives you more health. That's the one I would go with. So as for a full class setup, I think you really have two options. Now, this one is more if you're going to be in solo. So you're going to want the Weapon Specialist, obviously. You're going to want this pistol, the automatic, if you have it. You're going to want normal ammo. For team support, I'd go with the armor. For strike package, really just whatever one you have apart from the Trinity Rockets, but the Vulture is, of course, the best. And lastly, I'd go crowd control. Now, the other one that you may want to consider if you're in a team is go with the Medic. Again, you want the same gun as that. For ammo, normal ammo. Support, but you may want to switch it up because if your teams all have armor, it's kind of a waste, so you might want the booster. For strike package, again, whatever one that you have is out. And lastly, again, I'd say you want the crowd control. Those are really your two best bets for your loadouts. Alright, so as I previously talked about, you can find various items around the map by searching in the little strong boxes or also in garbage piles. Now, there's a lot of things that you can get, so I'm just going to list them all off. There's various amounts of money. You can get an ammo clip. You can get special ammo clips, which is either incendiary, shock, or armor-piercing ammo. You can get Semtex, you can get bouncing betties, you can get special stun grenades, you can get armor, you can get a red dot sight, a holographic sight, or a thermal dual render scope, or an ACOG sight. You can get a 3 burst airstrike. You can get rapid fire attachment, burst fire attachment, this muzzle flare attachment, a flare, and the hypno knife. Now, what the hypno knife is essentially it allows you to, it's a throwing knife that you throw at an alien, and once it hits him, he is now yours to control, and he will attack all of the other aliens. Now, what the flare is it's essentially like the monkey from Zombies, where you toss it down and all the aliens get confused by it, they start looking at it, and they won't attack you. So that's everything that you can find in the searchable areas of the map. Okay guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you learned a little bit from it. I probably put like 8 or 7 hours into this video, so if you could drop a like, that would be amazing. Also, if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe for more Extinction content like guides and tips and everything. There'll probably be a link down in the description if you're looking for any more guides similar to this, like maybe a strategy guide or something. But apart from that, my name is Patrick Smith, and I am TheSmithPlays. Peace out, and hopefully I will see you later.